Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Mr. Harvey here. Let's continue our lecture on Chapter 3, the Protestant Reformation. Now today we're going to focus on Calvinism. Calvinism is one of the most important developments of the Protestant Reformation in Chapter 3, but also Calvinism is going to be so important for us in future chapters, in the wars of religion, in colonization, all right, the development of parliamentary monarchy in England and eventually Great Britain, France. So Calvinism is super important for us to understand. Definitely can show up on our AP exam. All right, so let's get into it. Calvinism is founded by John Calvin. He is the founder of Calvinism. He's French, okay, and he's going to be joining the Reformation, a couple years after Martin Luther has already started this German Reformation. Similar to Martin Luther, very influenced by Renaissance humanism, okay? John Calvin is going to be looking for the truth of religion, kind of put out his own truths of religion that'll form Calvinist doctrine, okay, and definitely going to be critical of the Catholic Church and differ from the Catholic Church in a lot of doctrinal ways, okay? His famous text that we need to know is the Institutes of the Christian Religion, very similar in importance to Martin Luther's 95 Theses, okay, so really important for us to know. But what's important for us to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is that Calvinism is going to become a dominant power within Europe. It's going to be really important for us to understand that Calvinism is going to become the dominant Protestant religion in Europe and going to have huge social, political, economic effects in Europe. And we're going to see, we're going to talk about some of those developments later on in this course in chapter 4 and definitely in chapter 5, chapter 6. We're going to see Calvinism and this form of Protestantism show up later in our class, for sure. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some of the major beliefs of Calvinism, and I really need people to take close notes, pay attention. This is very important for us. Okay. The main belief we need to know. Okay, and let's get out a highlighter and highlight this. All right, circle it, star it, know it is predestination, and this is the idea. Okay, that since God, that God is all-knowing, okay, God is all-powerful, okay, and He already knows and already determines who is going to heaven. Those are considered people who are the elect, or who is going to hell. Those are the non-elect, okay. And an implication within this to understand is that there is no free will. Humans don't have. There's nothing a human could do. It's already been determined by God. This form of God, this idea of God, this version of God amongst Christian faiths is one that puts God in a higher position of power. That this God is all-powerful, all-knowing, okay, and there's nothing a human can do in order to get into heaven, okay? There's nothing, okay? It's already been predetermined, okay? And this is just illustrating this power of God. Good works are not sufficient, okay? Faith alone is not sufficient. It's been predestined. God is all-powerful. God is all-knowing. This is the most powerful form of God arguably in Christian religion, all right? And this God has already determined who's going to heaven or who's going to hell, all right? Now, you might be asking, well, how do people know if they're going to heaven or hell? All right, we're gonna be kind of getting into this Calvinist culture, Protestant work ethic that we're gonna see develop out of Calvinism. But according to Calvinist doctrine, okay, God will reveal to you in some way, some form, through some sign, okay, if you are the elect, either by a religious or conversion experience or some other hints. But God will tell you that in some way, all right, that you are part of the elect, you are going to heaven. Now, according to Calvinist doctrine, the elect, okay, are expected to live in a certain way and are model citizens for people to follow, okay? And the elect should live in this very strict, very Calvinist defined culturally way. And we're going to see a culture, a way of living kind of develop from Calvinism because people are going to want to believe they are part of the elect. And if the elect are supposed to live in this certain way, people are going to live that way, all right? People are going to want to believe and believe that they are the elect. And so they're going to live as the elect are expected to, that in this God-pleasing way. That is, you're frugal, hardworking, devout. You don't drink. You don't, party, okay? You live in this God-pleasing manner, that the elect are expected, and people are going to live like this because they believe and they want to believe that they are going to heaven, that they are part of the elect. And from this, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see culturally the creation of this Protestant work ethic that's really important for us. Calvinists emphasize the importance of hard work because that's part of living in a God-pleasing way, is working really, really hard. And that's going to be part of the culture of Calvinists, working really, really hard. All right? And if you work really, really hard and achieve financial success, that was often interpreted as a sign that you are part of the elect, that you are going to heaven. Now, this is going to have really important implications later on, ladies and gentlemen, with capitalism. This idea of making money, of financial success, the importance of finances, okay, and the interpretation of that. We're going to see that this is going to play a major role within the development of capitalism, okay, and kind of the spread of capitalism. Is that many Protestants are going to feel the importance of making money and financial success because that can be interpreted as a sign of going to heaven, being part of the elect. Okay, and that's going to be very influential to other Protestant groups and other Calvinist groups, such as the Puritans. Okay, that we're going to be talking about. Okay, so this Protestant work ethic, kind of part of this Calvinist culture, living in this specific way because that is how the elect live, and people, and Calvinists specifically, are going to want to believe they are part of the elect, so they're going to live this way, and the Protestant work ethic is a part of that, working really hard. Okay? All right, let's continue to talk about Calvinism, okay? Calvinists are the most militant and uncompromising of all Protestants. We are going to talk about the English Civil War. We're going to be talking about the Puritans. They are militant. They are uncompromising. We are going to see them throw down. They are going to fight for their rights. They're going to fight for their beliefs, and they are not afraid to get in a fight, and we are definitely keep that in mind when we get to the English Civil War, when we meet the Puritans, and when we meet Oliver Cromwell. Okay, for sure. All right, but the Calvinists are going to be very much militant and uncompromising, and they are definitely going to be standing up for their beliefs. Okay, again, part of that Calvinist culture, following God's law, no drinking, gambling, okay, living in that God-pleasing way. Super important part of Calvinist culture, okay? So in the 1540s, we're going to see John Calvin form a religious theocracy in Geneva, okay? Only Calvinists are going to be allowed in the city, and we're going to see Geneva, okay, in the Swiss lands, in Switzerland, okay, become a epicenter of the Reformation. And we're going to see that Geneva become home to thousands of Protestant exiles, okay, who are going to come to Geneva, learn Calvinism, and go back out into the world and spread it. And it's going to spread all over Europe. Okay, it's like I said, it's going to become the dominant Protestant religion in Europe. All right, let's talk about some of these different groups. All right, one, we're going to see the Presbyterians, okay, Presbyterianism. And I'm going to be talking about some of these different groups of Calvinists as we kind of go throughout the history, okay? But one is we're going to see Presbyterianism, okay? And that's going to be in Scotland, okay? And so Presbyterianism is kind of a Scottish form of Calvinism. The Huguenots, French Calvinists, okay? The Dutch Reformed Church, okay? Those are the Dutch Calvinists, all right? And we're going to see the Calvinists in the Netherlands fight Philip II and win, okay? And win. All right, so like I said, militant and uncompromising. So we have the Presbyterians in Scotland, the Huguenots, the French Calvinists. We see it spread to the Netherlands with the Dutch Reformed Church, our Dutch Calvinists. Okay, we're going to see the Puritans in England. Okay, who are, like I said, right, going to be really influential during the English Civil War. All right, they're going to be ignored by Queen Elizabeth. Okay, they're going to travel to the New World, help establish American colonies all over, especially in the northern colonies. Okay, victorious in the English Civil War, like I said. All right, we're going to meet the Congregationalists, all right, more radical Puritans, Oliver Cromwell, the English Civil War, okay? And it's important to understand that Calvinism does not spread everywhere. It's not going to spread to Spain, Catholic, Italy, Catholic, Ireland, Catholic, okay? But it will become a dominant Protestant religion in the world, and especially in Europe, okay? I believe that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, all right, thank you so much. We're going to stop right here, all right, and I will continue my lectures later. Thank you so much.